Hey guys, it's your girl Carrie. Welcome back to my channel. Well, Valentine's Day just around the corner. I am in the mood for some chocolate, and that includes on my nails. So today we're going to be creating a really quick and simple chocolate heart theme mani using one of my favorite inexpensive gel polish brands, Born Pretty. So I have a 6 polish set here that is full of some neutral brown tones in those kind of chocolatey shades. So that's what we'll be using today. I will show you the swatches and let you know if they stand up to the typical Born Pretty quality. And I'm also going to share with you my technique for getting really perfected looking hearts with very little effort. So if all that sounds like something you're interested in, then stick around. We're getting into it. Alright guys, so full disclosure, Born Pretty did send me these polishes to test out for you guys. I've tried quite a few of their polishes, but one thing I haven't tried is neutrals. I did not have any of their neutral tones in their polishes. Everything I had was pretty colorful, and I love them, but I definitely wanted to try out some neutral shades and see if they stand up to the typical quality that I have come to expect from them. So I was really excited to try these. The tones in this set I feel like are really great for year-round, but definitely are perfect for a chocolate theme mani. They're very kind of chocolatey tones, and there's some cool tones in here and some warm tones, so there's a pretty nice variety. And this is 6 polishes, and right now this set is retailing on Amazon for $9.99 for 6 gel polishes, which is great in any case. But given the quality of Born Pretty gels, that's a pretty good steal to get them for about $1.60-ish a piece. But first we have to see if they are going to stand up to the quality of all the other Born Pretty polishes I've tried. So let's go ahead and open up this box, see what's inside, and I will show you the swatches. So before we get into the unboxing, if you are wondering what's going on my hands, I recently did a jelly tip fill with some rubber-based gel, and a spoiler, it went pretty darn well. So if you didn't catch that video on how to fill your jelly tips, you can get 4 to 6 weeks worth of wear out of them. I will have it linked for you in the cards, but I would definitely go check it out because this time I used a rubber-based gel, and normally I use a builder gel, and this was so fast and easy and smooth. Really happy with how this fill turned out. Alright guys, so like I said, you are getting 6 polishes in this set. Each of these are 10 milliliters, which is a pretty decent amount of product. Honestly, I've never gone through any gel polish. Even if you were to use one regularly, I still think you'd get quite a few manis out of it. But in any case, you're getting 6 colors, and again, the price is $9.99, which would be good if they were just good. But these polishes generally are pretty great, so it ends up being a really good deal. These are all solid shades, but they do have a bunch of different 6 polish kits, some which include glitter, some which include jellies. They have a really great variety, so if you want something that has glitter in it, I'm sure you'd have no trouble finding one of those as well. Alright, so here are these 6 shades that are in this set, and what a great variety, right? We've got some light tones, we got some mid tones, we got some rich tones. We've got a little bit of variety here with coolness and warmth too. So some of these are a bit more on the neutral side, some a bit more cool, some a bit more warm, but a really great variety, and I'm really looking forward to trying these out in my mani today. If you're curious, each of these swatches was done with 2 coats and a top coat. So you can see we have full opacity there on all those shades. So I'll end up using 3 of these shades in today's mani, plus kind of a 4th, sort of. I use a tiny bit of a 4th color as part of the nail art, but in general, like full coats, I ended up using 3 of these shades, so you'll get to see them in action and see how they perform. Alright, so I'm starting off with a layer here of Born Pretty's base coat. So I will be using their base coat and super top in addition to the color gels. Now I do definitely recommend these. I think this is a great affordable base and top set. If I remember right, I think you can get it in a set that includes the matte one as well. I think I'll double check on that and link it for you. But in any case, these are very nice base and top gels. I definitely would recommend. The only thing I'll say is they're a little bit on the smelly side. It's not anything that's like super offensive, but it definitely is a bit more odorous than a lot of gels that I've used, base and top gels. But the smell dissipates really quickly, and gels are not like dip powder. You're not really going to get dip flu from this. It's just that the smell might bother you for a little bit. So I just wanted to mention that in case you're really sensitive to smells. But like I said, it does dissipate. It's not like it hangs around. I just noticed that it is a bit more smelly than some of the other gels that I have used, at least as far as base and top gels go. All right, so I'm starting here with the darkest shade, and it comes off a bit more red, I think, at first, probably because the pink tone of the rubber base that I have underneath, but you'll see it ends up being more of like a nice dark chocolate shade by the time we're done. I feel like it's coming across even more red on camera than it did in person too, but in any case, I think you'll be able to see from the photos, it definitely is more of a dark chocolate shade. So I gotta tell you, Born Pretty is one of the first brands I will recommend to someone when they are looking to try out gel polishes, or if they can't afford expensive gel polishes but they don't want to sacrifice quality. Born Pretty has some amazing quality gels, and sometimes I feel like they stand up even to some of those luxury or high-end brand polishes because they really do get the opacity there in two coats. And not only that, it's really, really easy to use. Once you put it down, it's not moving. It's not flooding your cuticles. It's not seeping into your sidewalls. You're not chasing it around with an alcohol cleanup brush. They stay exactly where you put it, which is pretty hard to find with an inexpensive brand. It's just a really good gel polish formula. It's not too thick, it's not too thin, and like I said, once you put it down, it's not moving unless you move it. So I'm really always reminded of how great the quality is when I come back to these. Sometimes I end up going, to some of those bougier polishes, and then when I come back to these, I'm like, dang, I forgot how good these are. I really feel like they can stand up to the quality of brands that charge 3 times as much for their polishes. So like I said, they have quite a few variations in their gel polish sets. So they often come in these 6 polish sets, but some of them will include solids with glitter, some will be all glitter, some will be like jelly or glass-like polishes that are more see-through. They've just got a really great variety of these 6 color sets. So if you want to get some polishes that are good quality and won't break the bank, I just really can't recommend these enough. And let me tell you, I don't really have any incentive for trying to sell these to you. I just want you to know how really impressed I am with these given the quality and the price. All right, so first layer's done, so I'm going to go ahead and whip through this second layer, and then I will be back to do the chocolate heart nail art with you. All right, so I'm finishing with the super top on everything but the middle nail, which is where we're going to do the nail art. And this top coat is definitely one, again, that I would recommend if you're looking for an inexpensive gel top coat or you just want to try one out. The quality on this one is great as well. Again, a little bit on the smelly side, but the quality is definitely there. I'm on, I don't know, day 3 or 4 with this one, and I yet to have a scratch. And as somebody who's definitely a bull in a china shop, to not have a scratch on any of these nails is pretty impressive, and it just feels really smooth. It feels really nice on the nails. Definitely one of the fastest gel manis I've done for a video yet. It came together so fast, so we're just going to finish up with some really quick nail art, but look at the shine on this top coat. It's really beautiful and smooth looking. All right, so I'm just pulling out the tools I'll need, and everything will be linked for you down in the description box, but I have my little nail palettes here, and then I'm also pulling out my Painted Desert luxury dotting tool set, which I just am continually impressed by this. The quality of these and the variety in these is so great. Honestly, I can't see me going back to my other ones that I got off Amazon. These are just much better quality and much better variety. So definitely worth the investment if you want to upgrade to these, because if you're somebody like me, you're going to use dotting tools quite a bit. I think it's worth having the really nice ones. I also pulled out my 5mm liner brush, which is off camera, but you'll see it here in a little bit. We'll use it to finish the hearts. So I just grabbed one of the sizes of the dotting tools that I thought was going to be about right, and it turns out it was. So I got it right on the first try, so you gotta love that. But when it comes to using gel polishes for nail art, sometimes it goes better than others. So it really kind of depends on the pigmentation and kind of how loose the formula is. If it's pigmented enough that you can get it in one coat, then it's definitely usable for nail art, especially if it's not really loose and sliding all around. So I could tell by the way the coats of paint applied on my full cover nails that this was going to be one that I could use for nail art. So I was pretty excited about that. So when you are doing your hearts, the best way I can describe it is you're going to put two dots right next to each other, just like I've done. And then you kind of end up creating almost like quotation marks or an apostrophe, however you want to look at it. You'll do one forward facing and one backward facing, but if you start off that way, I find the shape is always much cleaner, and you can see by the time I fill this in and finish it, it's pretty perfect. I mean, I hate to use the word perfect because I don't believe perfection is just achievable by human nature, but these are about as perfect as they were going to get, and that's coming from a perfectionist, a self-proclaimed perfectionist. So for me to say that, it's really saying something. I think you can see really well in the close-up shots as well, but yeah, it's one of those where I feel like if you just set yourself up for success by doing it the right way, your hearts will come out pretty much perfect every time. So I did end up flash curing just, to play it safe because, me, bull in China shop, probably going to mess it up. So I flash cured these for about 10 seconds for each heart, but because I got them all in the first go, because this technique works so well, like I said, this mani came together so, so fast. All right, so again, you're just going to place your two dots, and I'm just kind of angling this one a little bit differently, but I'm doing the exact same technique. You don't really want them touching. You want them to be spread apart just a little bit, but you don't want them so far apart that it's awkward. So, I think you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about just by looking at what I'm doing here, but you want them close together, but not quite touching. And then you're going to take your liner brush and you're going to start drawing that kind of backwards apostrophe or quotation marks, however you want to say it, and form the outside shape of the heart, and then you will kind of fill in the middle until you're happy with the way it looks. See, I don't know this, but I don't always get the nail art right on the first try. Sometimes I wipe it off and do it again. So anytime I have a technique that actually helps me get it right every time on the first try, that's a technique worth keeping. So especially, again, like I said, for a perfectionist, I feel like these came out really, really well, better than I could have hoped. And I credit that to the quality of these gel polishes and my 5mm liner brush. I can't live without that brush. It just really is great for this fine detail work. So, I could have gone on and added more hearts, and I kind of thought about it there for a minute, like doing a full cover with these hearts, but I kind of just like the simplicity of just the three little hearts at the bottom. So I'll leave that up to you, but I hope this gives you an idea of how to create a heart shape pretty easily with a good quality gel polish. As long as you use this technique, I think you'll find it's pretty darn simple. All right, so we're just going to finish up with a layer of the Born Pretty top coat, and that is going to be it. All right, so here is the final look, and I just love the way this turned out. I really feel like this is one of those that looks better in person than it's showing up on camera because these tones are just so chocolatey, so perfect. So we're gonna finish up here with some cuticle oil. I'm gonna be using Scales Over Mermaid Morning Pick Me Up, mostly because I didn't have a chocolate themed cuticle oil, and I felt like this coffee themed one also represented this mani, so it was a good one. It's one of my oldest cuticle oils, and I just love it because it smells just like a fresh cup of coffee, and as somebody who's a huge coffee lover like I am, it's perfect for me. All right, guys, so here is the finished look. So I would love to know what you think of this one. As far as it goes for me, I am in love with it, and I'm really happy to have some Born Pretty neutral gel polishes now in my collection. These were just as great as all the other quality polishes I already own from them. In fact, one of my favorite gel polish manis was using their polishes. It was their neons. In fact, I think I have a video on that one. I'll link it for you. But I just, every time I use them, I'm constantly reminded of how great the quality is at the price point. I just think they're such a steal. All right, guys, that is going to complete this video. So I hope you did enjoy it and find it helpful. If you did, it would help me out so much if you would give me a thumbs up down below. And while you're there, if you have not subscribed already, I hope you'll consider subscribing before you go. And don't forget that notification bell. We got new content coming at least one time a week on Friday. Sometimes we get in a little bonus video as well. So as always, guys, I thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate it so much. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.